Hi, I'm Neil Kelleher. In this video, I'm going to show you a series of breathing exercises. You can try all of these breathing exercises at different times. What I'd suggest is get comfortable with each of them individually so that you can focus on any one of these breathing exercises at any time you choose. And while doing any of these breathing exercises, what I'd suggest focusing on is the actual muscle control while you're doing them. So obviously you'll be inhaling and exhaling, but rather than focusing on trying to inhale and exhale, instead focus on the actual muscle control that creates the inhale or the exhale. So for the first exercise, you can do this while sitting or standing. You could stand, if you're standing, you can do this with your knees slightly bent. The focus will be on using your spine and your ribcage, movements of your spine and your ribcage to generate the inhales and the exhales. So to begin with, you can start with your chest down and your spine bent forward. And then from there, slowly lift your chest. You can imagine expanding your chest. And as you lift your chest, bend your spine backwards. So this should cause an inhale. Then drop your chest, bend your spine forwards. Lift your chest, bend your spine backwards. Cause an inhale. Drop your chest, bend your spine forwards. Lift your chest, bend your spine backwards. Drop your chest, bend your spine forwards. Some things that you can notice while doing this exercise. During the inhale phase, one of the things that you can notice, your spinal erectors, the muscles that run up and down the back of your spine. When you're lifting your chest, bending your spine backwards, see if you can feel your spinal erectors activating. When dropping your chest, you can allow your spinal erectors to activate. Something else you can notice when lifting your chest. One, you can notice your chest lifting. You can feel your chest expanding. When you drop your chest, you can notice that sensation dissipate. Another thing that you can notice, when you lift your chest, you can feel your abdomen lengthening. When you drop your chest, you can feel that lengthening sensation dissipate. Note that you could make the exhale, you could relax on the exhale phase, just let your chest sink down. You could also make it active, you could use your abs. So in that case, when inhaling and bending your spine backwards, feel your spinal erectors activate. When exhaling, use your abs to pull your chest down, so feel your abs activate. And as a note, if you're using your abs, if you find it a little bit uncomfortable on your lower back, then you might want to leave that option out and just focus on relaxing during the exhale. Lift your chest, bend your spine backwards, feel your spinal erectors activating. Drop your chest, feel your spinal erectors relaxing. Lift your chest, feel your spinal erectors activating. Drop your chest, feel them relax. Lift your chest, feel your spinal erectors activating. Drop your chest, feel them relax. Lift your chest, feel your belly lengthening. Drop your chest, feel your belly relax. Lift your chest, feel your belly lengthening. Drop your chest, feel your belly relax. Lift your chest. Drop your chest, activate your belly. Actively pull your ribs down. Lift your chest, relax your belly. Drop your chest. Use your belly, pull your ribs down. Lift your chest. Feel your belly lengthen. Drop your chest. Use your abs. Pull your chest down. And then relax. One other note. When bending your spine backwards, when lifting the chest, one other sensation that you can focus on. There's two uses of spinal erectors. You could also notice the backs of your ribs pulling down. So when doing this exercise, you could focus on feeling your front ribs lift during the inhale phase. You could also focus on feeling your back ribs pulling down. Lift your chest, pull your back ribs down. Relax. Lift your chest, pull your back ribs down. Relax. Lift your chest, pull your back ribs down. And then relax. For this breathing exercise, the focus is on the belly. For the exhales, focus on pulling the belly inwards past the border of the ribs and the hip bones. To inhale, relax the belly. What I'd suggest initially, keep your rib cage and hip bones still while doing this exercise. So you can stand with your feet comfortable distance apart, knees slightly bent. If you wanted to stand with your feet together, knees straight, you could do that also. You could also do this while sitting in a chair. Pull the belly in, exhale. Slowly relax your belly, inhale. Pull the belly in, exhale. Relax, inhale. Pull the belly in, exhale. Relax, inhale. Pull the belly in, exhale. Relax, inhale. An option for this exercise is to lift the chest a slight amount. So feel your spinal erectors activating. Feel the back ribs pulling down. From there, with knees slightly bent, work at pulling your belly in to exhale. And as you exhale, you can imagine or focus on feeling your ASICs, the front points of the hip bones, and the pubic bone. You can feel those lifting. So ribcage lifted or chest lifted a slight amount, a comfortable amount. You can vary the amount of lift. Pull the belly in, exhale. Feel the ASICs pubic bone lifting. Relax, inhale. Pull the belly in, exhale. Feel your ASICs and pubic bone lifting. Relax, inhale. Pull the belly in, exhale. Relax your belly, inhale. Something else that you can notice while doing that exercise, that particular breathing exercise, as you exhale, as your pubic bone and ASICs move up, you can also focus on feeling your lumbar spine flattening or straightening. So, chest lifted a slight amount, pull the belly in. Relax. Pull the belly in, feel your lumbar spine flattening. relax. Pull the belly in, feel your lumbar spine flattening. Relax. Something you could also do, you could do that same exercise with your rib cage lifted maximally, so as high as possible. Try pulling your belly in and then relaxing. And you have two options. You could either keep the pelvis still, or you can allow it to move as you breathe. But because the work is on keeping the chest lifted as high as possible, for this variation, I'd suggest stay focused on your chest. And actually what you could do, lift your chest first and then pull the belly in. So lift the chest high as possible, pull the belly in. Relax. Lift the chest as high as possible. Pull the belly in. Relax. Lift the chest as high as possible. Pull the belly in. Relax. And probably what you'll notice when you lift your chest as high as possible, you start to inhale. When you pull your belly in, you exhale. When you relax, you also exhale. Another exercise, another breathing exercise with the focus on the belly is to drop your chest or keep your chest dropped. And for this exercise, to exhale, draw the belly in. To inhale, expand the belly. So chest down, pull the belly in, exhale. Relax, inhale. 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 For this breathing exercise, we'll be using an active inhale and an active exhale. So to begin with, the focus will be on actively pulling the belly in. And then for the inhale, as opposed to relaxing and letting the belly expand, the idea is to actively push down with the respiratory diaphragm and push the belly outwards. So try to make yourself look pregnant. To begin with, we'll start with the chest down so that the belly is a bit more relaxed, so it's easier to expand it during the inhales. Feet apart, knees comfortably bent. You can do this while sitting. Chest down, pull the belly in. Push the belly out. 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 and then relax. So a variation of that exercise, try lifting the chest, or try with the chest slightly lifted. If you find it difficult, drop your chest enough that it becomes a little bit easier, then work at lifting the chest a little bit higher. Then work at doing the exercise with the chest lifted a little bit higher. So with the chest comfortably lifted, if you like, neutral, pull the belly back, exhale. Expand the belly. Pull the belly back, exhale. Expand your belly. Pull the belly back, exhale. Expand your belly. And then relax. And you'll probably find that expanding the belly with the chest lifted, towards the end of the expansion, it gets a little bit more difficult. Don't worry about it too much. And what I'd suggest, strangely enough, don't spend too much time on this exercise unless you choose to. The more important point is to notice how difficult it is to expand your belly with the chest lifted and without allowing the chest to move. Now let's try the same exercise with the chest lifted to maximum, so with a spinal back bend, and as a note, not allowing your chest or your hip bones to move. Pull the belly in. Expand your belly. Pull the belly in. Expand. Pull the belly in. Expand your belly. Pull the belly in. Expand your belly. Relax. And you may find, actually, ironically, you may find that it's actually a little bit easier to do this with your chest fully lifted, particularly if you can feel your spinal erectors activating. And I'd suggest the reason for that is with the spinal erectors active, you're helping to anchor the respiratory diaphragm, making it easier for the respiratory diaphragm to actively contract and expand the belly during the inhales. Going back to actively contracting the belly, for this exercise we'll be using a three-phase breath. The first part will be to pull the belly in, causing an exhale. The second part will be to lift the chest, causing an inhale. The third part will be to relax both actions so that you exhale. Then you continue the exhale by pulling the belly in again. So standing feet comfortable distance apart, knees slightly bent. Pull the belly in, exhale. Lift your chest, inhale. Relax both, exhale. Pull the belly in, exhale. Lift your chest, inhale. Relax both, exhale. Pull the belly in, continue to exhale. Lift your chest, inhale. Relax both, exhale. Something that you can notice while lifting your chest is the feeling of your spinal erectors activating. You could also notice your back ribs pulling down as you lift your chest. So, belly in, exhale. Lift your chest, feel your back ribs pulling down. Relax. Exhale. Belly in, exhale. Lift your chest, feel your back ribs pulling down. Inhale. Relax, exhale. Belly in, exhale. Lift your ribs, feel your back ribs pull down. Inhale. Relax, exhale. For this exercise, we'll again go back to expanding the belly, or actively expanding the belly to inhale, contracting the belly to exhale. To make the expansions easier, what I will suggest is, if you have a feel for your spinal erectors and a feel for pulling your big back ribs down, what you might find helpful is, when you are expanding your belly, create a downward pull on the backs of your ribs, or activate your spinal erectors, but without allowing your rib cage to move. And if that doesn't make sense, think of tensing your biceps. When you tense your biceps, you keep your elbow joint still, and as a result, the triceps activate. So you're not doing this action, you're actually keeping the joint still. And in the same way, you can try activating your spinal erectors or creating a downward pull on the backs of the ribs, which also uses spinal erectors, but a slightly different group of spinal erectors. You can use your spinal erectors to create a downward pull without allowing your chest to move. So doing active exhales and active inhales, standing with your chest neutral, knees slightly bent, feet a comfortable distance apart. Keeping your chest still, pull the belly in, exhale. Expand your belly, inhale. Activate your spinal erectors. Pull belly in, exhale. Expand your belly. Activate your spinal erectors. Pull the belly in, exhale. Expand your belly. Activate your spinal erectors. Belly in, exhale. Activate your spinal erectors. And relax. The reason for activating your spinal erectors or creating a downward pull on the backs of the ribs is to help anchor the diaphragm, particularly during the inhale, so it's easier to expand your belly. And the amount of activation will vary. You might find that you only need a slight amount of activation in order to expand your belly comfortably. And if you don't have any problems with expanding your belly, then you probably don't need this exercise. But another thing that you could experiment with is when you expand your belly, try creating a downward pull on the bottom rib of the rib cage. And one of the interesting things here is that because you're trying to use your abs to anchor the bottom of the rib cage, at the same time you're trying to allow them to expand as your respiratory diaphragm presses down. So let's just try that. Focus on feeling the bottom edge of your rib cage. So pull the belly in, exhale. Keep feeling the bottom rim of your rib cage. Inhale, expand your belly. Exhale. Feel the bottom rim of your rib cage. Inhale. Expand your belly. Exhale. Feel the bottom rim of your rib cage. Inhale. And relax. So we may notice there watching the video is my pelvis was moving slightly as I did that. Something else that you might find for yourself is that rather than just feeling the bottom rim of your rib cage, try pulling it down slightly. Perhaps a bigger point is some of these breathing exercises do take time, but again, what I'd emphasize, focus on feeling your body, controlling it, work at noticing what happens when you find you breathe, your inhales or exhales are easy. Notice how it feels when they are not so easy, and then try to replicate the, quote, ideal circumstances. So there you have it, a number of different breathing exercises. And one of the ideas of these exercises is to teach you different ways that you can breathe, but also more importantly, to give you ways to make it easier to focus on your breath. For myself, in the past, I had a lot of difficulty with breathing exercises, and a lot of it was because I didn't know how to use various respiratory muscles. So one of the reasons for teaching you these different breathing methods is to teach you how you can use muscle control more effectively to help control your breathing. And what I'd suggest for any of the exercises that you find difficulty with, you can practice those, or for the exercises that you feel particularly comfortable, you can practice those. Perhaps a more basic point, if you start adding inhale or exhale retentions, i.e. holding your breath in between the inhales and the exhales, or between the exhales and the inhales, what I suggest, add those gradually. So rather than just going straight away for a 4-second retention or a 4-second inhale retention, 4-second exhale retention, work at staying within your comfort zone and gradually push beyond that comfort zone. So rather than just saying hold for 4 breaths, hold for 8 breaths, or hold for 12 breaths, work at making your breathing comfortable first. So if it takes like 3 seconds, or 3 count, or 5 count, use that, and gradually work on expanding your inhale or exhale retentions from there. Likewise, for the duration of your inhales and exhales, if you want to make your inhales longer or your exhales longer, what I'd suggest first, find a comfortable inhale and exhale first, whatever the amount of time is. Focus on the actual inhale, exhale, make it smooth, make it comfortable. Then from there, work at counting the duration of your inhales and exhales. Either make them even or work at extending them, but slowly and gradually. And if you find that on one inhale you get to a count of 10, but on the next inhale you don't, you only get to 8, don't worry about it too much. Continue notice the sensations that occur, the muscle activation sensations that occur when you get the long inhales versus the short inhales, and modify your breathing approach to suit. So basically the idea is the better you are at noticing the sensations that occur while you inhale and exhale, the easier it will be for you to extend your inhales and your exhales so that you can make them longer if you choose. And another point about these exercises, ideally pick one exercise at a time, memorize the steps, so whether it's pulling the belly in, actively expanding the belly, lifting your chest, whichever exercise you choose. What I suggest, watch the video, memorize the exercise, it should be pretty easy, and then practice the exercise by yourself so that you are independent of the need for having video or audio in order to breathe. Instead, you can focus on the sensations generated within your own body. And that is actually perhaps the most basic reason for teaching you these exercises, so that you can easily do these exercises without the need of your computer or your phone. You can simply focus on doing the exercise while feeling and controlling the muscles in your own body. Thank you very much for watching. Namaste.